Hello YouTube, my name is Marble. I'm playing LEGO Ninjago. If you like what you see, then please remember to subscribe, like and comment down below. Let's get to the game. Okay, hello YouTube. This is the session where I thought I would share some tips and tricks. Because going through this game, LEGO Ninjago, I picked up some useful stuff that I would like to share. If you ever play this game, then maybe this can really help. So it's just a few things. This is going to be a short video. I'll just put it in between everything else. But here we go. So let's switch to the game. Here we are, LEGO Ninjago. Let's start with the large map, things that I picked up there. Sometimes it gives me a different view. Oh, I have one active viewer. Hello, how are you? Please join in the conversation. Please be polite if you like. Okay, so if I switch to the large map, on my controller, that's this. I have a Steam controller. That's this little button down here. So let's first do this. If you would like to see what your key combinations is, you go to Options and then to Control Setup. Then you can see all the keys that are used with your setup that might differ from mine. You might use a keyboard or another controller, but that's where you can see how your configuration is set up. But if you switch to the map, you can zoom in and out, and that is very useful. But you can also move around with one control pad, and the other one is to rotate. So sometimes things are obscured or hidden, or so you can zoom and rotate around, and that would make it somewhat easier to find stuff that you missed because it's maybe obscured by some other thing in the way. So that's one. Then second, if you are not zoomed in on a specific object like this one, now you see in the bottom bar that all the collectibles you have, how far you are in the game. So right now we're at 93.7%. You got all 21 ninja tokens, we got all 10 ancient scrolls, but we still need some character tokens and some gold bricks. We need 220, so we're getting close, but this is a short overview of the progress in the game. And if you hover over one area, you can see what you've done there. So if you look at the city north, then you would see I would need 8 more gold bricks and 4 more character tokens, and I did find the ancient scroll there. And this is true for all areas, the dojos, and all areas that you zoom in on or select. You can quickly see if there's anything you've missed, and that's very helpful, very useful if you want to go see where do I need to go to complete the game. So that's the big map. Then on the left side, around Kai now, you have the minimap, and the minimap is also very useful because for a few things you can see there. First of all, on the edge of the map, right now, let's say north of the map, you see that there are some things showing up. They're not yet in range, but they are in that direction. And if I move towards them, you can see that they will become into range. Now, if there's right now you see this red gate and there's a green arrow on it, which means that it's not on this level. I need to go up to reach that. If something is on a level below you, it has a red arrow pointing down. So you can quickly see if you need to go up or down. You can see races, that's the checkered flag, but if you already did the race, then it has that yellow check mark. That is the indication that you already had that race. And if you see this black puppet with a green arrow pointing to it, that's a portal to another location. So that's this green portal you see here. And if I move into it, it asks me if you want to travel to that location, and it shows me all the goodies that I did or did not find there. So I'm going to press B now to exit out of that. So that's very useful. So let me show you what I mean, because that red gate, that is a dojo, and it's up from here. So I'm just walking straight towards it now, but I need to go up. So if I go up, and once I reach the level, you see that the green arrow disappears. That's because the dojo is right here. This is the dojo of the Scorched Tomb, right? So that's how you make use of the minimap. At least you can quickly see if you need to go down or up and in what direction everything is. So on the edge of the map you can see what direction you need to go to find the goodies. Okay, so that's the minimap. If I'm in game, there's a quick tip. If you roll, you move forward faster, so you can speed up your gameplay by using the roll button. On my controller that's the right trigger. Left trigger is a rushing, left trigger is also a roll trigger, so that's very useful. That would speed up, especially in races. There's another quick tip for races. Some characters do have extra speed, and that's something I would like to come up to next, because every character has special abilities. If you look at the top left, you see a avatar of your the character you're playing with right now. His lives depicted by the hearts, and mine are silver. That means they're metal, because I have the perk invincibility on. I cannot be destroyed. I can die, but that's only if I walk into fire or something. But enemies cannot destroy me. If they're not silver, then they're red, and you have 4 hearts, and every time you get hit you lose a heart. And you can pick up hearts by destroying things, so that's very useful. But below the hearts you can see a number of abilities or selectable items. The red ninja face means that I'm a ninja right now, and if I switch to somebody else, they're all ninjas here, but let me switch to let's say a shark general. You see that red item is now a shark, so he's part of the shark army. And if I switch back to the ninja, you can see that he's part of the ninjas. Then you have that green icon on the top left. That's your ability. So this is Kai, and Kai has 2 swords. But if you switch to somebody else, you can see this is Zane. Zane has a bow, so he can shoot. He has bow and arrow. You see the green arrow. This is what's his name? Oh, I forget. I'm so. This is Cole, yes, and Cole has the hammer. He can smash things. And this is Jay, and Jay has the nunchucks, which he can use to speed up things.
Welcome to my channel.
Yes, welcome to my channel. And this is a single heavy sword, and if you look at the top left you can see which ability which character has. This is Nia, and Nia has a long spear. And sometimes you need these abilities, and they're depicted on the ground in a green circle. Let's see if I can find one. And then you can quickly see what ability you need to operate, and you can switch to the correct character to get there. Don't think I can find one very quickly. Okay, so that's the tools they used. Then some characters have extra abilities, like the ninjas. Nia can, well, for lack of a better word, bend water. So in the yellow circle on the top left you see the water icon. And Zane can freeze things, so that's the ice symbol. And this is the earth. Cole has the earth icon, which means he's strong with he can earth bend. And every character has its own abilities. And then you have the blue symbol, and that's another ability they have. Like Zane can scan areas and then reveal hidden objects. Why is that useful? Because you can see it immediately, and you can use it to quickly gauge what you need to perform tasks. Now there's another useful thing you can see if I go to my character switcher and use all characters. You can see on the top left which abilities they have, but you can also use filter, I found out. If you look at the bottom, you can see it says X switch group. So now I'm not selected on any group, but if I use the X, then I can switch to people to different abilities, and then I use my left and mouse button, the left and right bumper buttons, to switch to different groups, and I can quickly make a selection. This is the abilities, and all people that can use fire, for instance, are depicted now. So that would be Kai, and who's this guy? Ray. They can use fire, and these characters are able to freeze things, and these can do lightning and water and so on and so forth. And if I use the X, I can switch to another group, and these people have super speed. You see that I have two characters who have super speed, and these have 4 arms to operate the four arm switches. And these people can scan, and these people can use a disguise, and so on and so forth. So by using those selections, you can quickly see if you have a character that can do that, and you can quickly filter them out. So that's a useful trick that I found out. Now I would like to point out that there's another neat trick that I found out, and that is the trick with the perks. Now let's just switch to the perks. That's this icon, the Ancient Scrolls. And there are 10 Ancient Scrolls, and I found them all, and I enabled some of them, and some are not that useful. But I would like to quickly go through, because I found out what they all do. I would like to show them. The collectible detector, it shows me where collectibles can be found. So they show up on the minimap, and they show up as arrows. If you look at the monorail on the top right, you see a blinking yellow arrow that points me towards one of my collectibles. The stud magnet draws studs to you, so you don't have to go running around to collect them. The fast build and interact speeds up building and interactions. So those are all skill items. Then you have Ultimate Spinjitzu, and that's a really useful one, because I can now use any Spinjitzu character, the ninjas, to do any Spinjitzu item. Normally you would need Kai for fire and Zane for ice, but if you enable this, you can operate an ice item with Kai. It doesn't matter which character you have, they all use exactly the right Spinjitzu operation that's needed for that operation. So that's very useful. Destroy and contact, well, let's just demonstrate that. If there's anything to destroy, then, these things, for instance, no, they're not. Yeah, there was one. So if I just walk into them, I don't need to do anything else. I just make contact and boom, it gets destroyed. And together with the stud magnet, that would be really helpful to... You see the stud magnet working. If I move closer to studs, then they will automatically be collected. Those are very useful. And let's get back. And then we have double the studs, Master of Fortune. That would give me double the value of the studs. Normally silver ones are 10, gold are 100, blue are 1000, and purple are 10,000, but they all get doubled. So that's 20, 200, 2000 and 20,000. That's very useful. And the Infinite Skyward Dragon, that is very useful to... normally the Skyward Dragon, you can't use it too often, because it would get your enemies to defend themselves, but the Infinite Skyward Dragon breaks through that defense. So you just have to attack them once or twice, then you press B and X, and then you go up, and Skyward Dragon, and you easily defeat all enemies that have the ability to defend themselves. Come on, let's get back to my controller. Yes, okay, thank you. So that's very useful. What I would like to say to you about the ability to use certain perks. So that was a quick tip tutorial for anyone who would like to play this game. I hope this was useful. See you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.